Hello, everyone. I'm Fyruz Khan, and I'm back after a day with a brand new class. Today, I have Business Studies Edexcel, Chapter 20. I remember we were doing entrepreneurial motives and characteristics. It's a short chapter. We had around 26, 27 slides, and we did 16 of them. I will just wait for viewers to join. I will just wait for a minute, and then we can start. I think one of them is here. If my students are here, just type yes so that I know you're here. Um, we'll just wait for our viewers to join. We are doing Chapter 20, Business Studies at Excel, Entrepreneurial Motives and Characteristics. It's a very interesting chapter that I have designed today, and we'll finish it off today. So, yeah. So if you're here, just type yes. I can see there are some viewers here. If you're just here, type yes so that I know. Or you can type also in our group if you want. Okay. It's Chapter 20, Entrepreneurial Motives and Characteristics. Okay, there are some viewers now, so I will start. I will go ahead. So today we'll finish off the chapter, and yeah, let's go ahead. So let's start. There we go. So today I'm going to start with a very personal picture of ours as in my best friend and I. It's a very favorite picture of mine. And as you can see, I was pretty young. It dates back to 2012, I think, when I was in my second year of university at Leicester. And this is my best friend, Shujoy Chaudhary. Yes, and it has a lot of memories. I think it was an off day that we had, and we were walking. We both like to walk a lot, and we were walking. We went to some part of the city, and then we took some pictures. So my best friend Shujoy here, he lives in Australia now. He also has his own business, a burger restaurant, or let's say a burger joint, right? His burger joint is called Meat Patty. Now, the one thing that I like about him is he always tries to minimize cost and maximize profit. Now, what happened is, I speak to him almost, once a week or twice a week. And the other day, I think 2-3 months back, he was telling me that he has a supplier who gives him fries, home fries, suppliers, and it costs him a lot. And then he told me that if he makes fries at his own store, if he makes it all by himself, then he's going to save $300 a month. That's what he told me. And it's a lot of money. $300 a month means in a year, 300 into 12, it's $3,600 a year. So that's a considerable amount. That's a significant amount. And he went ahead, as he's the owner of the burger joint of Meat Patty in Australia, Melbourne. So he took this decision that we are not going to buy French fries from outside suppliers. What we are going to do is we're going to make our home cut fries in our restaurant and in his restaurant. And that's what he did. So in this way, he's saving around $300 every month and $3,600 every year. So in this way, what he's doing is he's maximizing his profit, right? He's minimizing his costs and maximizing his profit. But however, there's a question of quality. Can you maintain the same quality? Is it possible? Can you maintain the same quality as the outside suppliers? And then Shujoy told me, yes, fries are easy to make. And he's quite experienced in that. He has a lot of, they're good chefs. So they could make better fries. And they went ahead with the decision. So he's more profit oriented, he's more profit motivated, and his reason of starting his business is more, let's say, financial, right? He wants to make profit, so it's more financial. So yeah, and let's talk about myself. I was very young back then, 21 or 22. This picture is awesome. Um, on the other hand, I started my own business back in 2015. I still remember the date. It was May 5th, right? And it's called Fyruz Education Services, FES. Now, I started this business because a lot of my family members are in the education sector, right? Most of them are PhDs, most of them are professors, and some of them are very well renowned professors in the country, educators in the country, right? My fourth generation has been, they have studied in London and America. So it's a lot of history. So I have, inhibited, I have, automatically had those kind of qualities in me. Also, when I was a student, as you can see, I'm a good speaker. That's what I've been told by my teachers and by my instructors and friends. I could explain things easily. When I was in my school, when I was at my school, my teachers used to give me the job of explaining chapters or paragraphs, and that's how I slowly became accustomed to teaching, and I started liking it. The third reason is when I was doing my A levels, I thought, teaching could be better. Because I thought teachers used the same old technique to teach, the whiteboard and the markers, and I thought I could bring a lot of difference to it. Yes, as you can see, my techniques, I don't know, everyone tells me it's a bit different. I'm using pictures to explain you concept. And that's why I went abroad. I went to UK and studied education, business, teaching. I did, just before some days I did CELTA. So that's that, because I think I can change the game. I think in terms of teaching techniques, I also felt when I was doing my A levels, teachers did not give enough personal care to students. They were just teaching and going. But a teacher's job is outside that role as well, right? What you want to do in the future, which subjects to choose, which not to choose, what should you do? Thinking about your friends. If you have any problem outside, everything is a responsibility of a teacher. That's what I felt. Because when I was doing my A levels, no teacher advised me in terms of my career, in terms of what subject to choose, in terms of my future, which universities to go. And I also thought that I could bring a difference to that, right? So my intention of starting the business was more personal. It was more personal interest. It was hobby, right? So it can be called non-financial. So Shujoy's intention was to make profit, and it's more financial, and mine was more personal, right? It's non-financial. So that's the lesson. That's the topic. That's the lesson objective of our class, right? So people have wide range of reasons to start a business, and our reason was this, okay? And it can be categorized in business. It can be categorized into two: financial, there we go, and non-financial, okay? So, yeah, and profit is the driving force. Everybody wants to make money. So, we will talk about financial motives first. Yes. So, profit maximization. So, some entrepreneurs like Shujoy, they want to make profit. They want to maximize profit, right? The two theories: profit maximization, profit satisficing. Profit maximization, profit satisficing. Let's talk about maximization first. Shujoy is a kind of entrepreneur who wants to maximize profit, minimize cost, and maximize profit as much as possible, right? If you look at national businesses like, let's say, Eastern Bank Limited, or let's say Ecstasy, they have their branches, they're big, they all want to maximize profit, right? They take bigger risks. When you want to make more profit, you have to take bigger risk, right? The more risk you take, the more reward you have. Yes, so that is profit maximization, minimizing costs and maximizing profit. Okay, so these entrepreneurs are motivated by money. These entrepreneurs are motivated by financial return, and there's nothing wrong with that, because business means you have to make money. Yes, so that is profit maximization. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment on the section below. Right. So yeah, there you go. Let's say a small company, fires 5 employees and employs a machine. Okay, let's say 5 employees used to do a task. Now I can fire those employees. I can get rid of those employees because nowadays machines are available. Machine can work much quicker. We don't have to be, we constantly don't have to be, at the back of them. We don't have to monitor them. Machine can work on their own, right? So that is also profit maximization. You're getting rid of 5 employees and getting one machine, right? So that's there. Sometimes when you want to maximize profit, you ignore the requirement. For example, আচ্ছা যাক আজকে ঈদের বোনাস দিব না, এবার ঈদের বোনাস দিব না, বা instead of hiring full time, because if you want to hire full-time workers, you have to give them proper wages, you have to give them holiday benefits, you have to give them a lot of benefits, right? You have to give them insurance. So instead of hiring full-time, you will hire part-time workers, because part-time has less legal boundaries. You just call them whenever you need to. You don't need to give them bonuses, you don't need to give them insurance, and you save a lot of cost, right? So when you want to maximize profit, sometimes you ignore needs of other stakeholders, and that's how maximization of profit is done. Okay, you try to cut down extra cost, like Shujoy did. He stopped taking fries from outside suppliers, and he started making his own fries, homemade, home-cut fries at his kitchen, right? And he's saving now $3,600 a year. That is a very significant amount. So in the same way, you can get rid of your employees, get a machine, or hire part-time staff compared to full-time staff, right? All those things, right? Like, for example, আমাদের দেশে হয়, instead of hiring proper workers in the factories, you hire child labor, because if you hire someone, who is younger, you have to pay them less. But that's against the legal requirement. Nobody can work under the age of 18. They're supposed to go to school. But it happens all around the world. Not only in Bangladesh, it happens everywhere. Okay? Now, if you look at this slide, I have different companies here. I have Google, I have Apple, I have Facebook, Instagram, I have Mercedes. Now, they all became big because of this concept of profit maximization. They all minimized cost, they maximized their profit. Like Apple will now, they will not, import chips from Intel. There are chips inside our phone, microchips. Now they're going to make their own chips. Now, ask yourself, why do they want to make their own chips? They want to make their own chips because when you make your own stuff, like Shujoy making his own fries, it'll cost you less. And you can make more profit. Your profit margin will be more. And think about all these companies, Mercedes, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Apple. They have so many branches, so many stores. That means their aim is to make profit, okay, as much as possible. They're multinational businesses, right? So profit maximization is the main aim, is the main goal, right? And when you maximize profit, you try to cut down costs here and there, like hiring part-time, by not hiring full-time, by having more machines, right? I'll give you an example. Like at FES, we had a guard before, but then now we have a fingerprint machine. Now we don't need that guard. And we will save a lot of money every month. So we'll just have that, and that's enough. That will just let students and teachers in and out. Okay? Great. If you have any questions, let us know. Let's go ahead Beautiful picture. Now, what do you see from this picture? What do you understand? Let's talk about this picture on the left. So this lady here is in a grocery store. There are a lot of chips that I can see. What else I can see? I can see cornflakes here, and I'm sure a lot of you a lot of you have been to small grocery stores like this. Yes, we have these grocery stores everywhere, in every street corner, at every in Bangladesh we call it mudir dokan. We have it everywhere at every street. We have chai dokan at every street, and it's a part of a culture. Yes. Um, and look at the picture on the right hand side. It's a family style restaurant, very small restaurant, family style. And there are also family style restaurants everywhere. Like I know a family style restaurant, like when we were in Gulshan one, we had a restaurant called Khushbu. So it was a small restaurant. It just had one branch. Okay. Now, why am I telling you this? Because in financial motives, we have this concept of profit maximization. We also have this concept of profit satisficing. Now, profit satisficing applies to this picture. Okay, uh, entrepreneurs who wants to make profit, but they don't want to grow so big like Apple, Google, or let's say EBL in Bangladesh, or like Ecstasy. You don't want to grow big. You want to stay small. Okay, because your target customers are the local customers. Okay, you want to make enough profit, and you're satisfied with that enough profit. You don't want to maximize profit, okay, like Apple, like Google, because when you expand your business, when you have so many branches, when you have so many employees, um, it's extra responsibility, correct? Okay. So you don't want to take that extra responsibility. You don't want to take that extra headache because your priority is spending more time with family, being with them, right? Staying with them. That's your extra priority. So this is known as profit satisficing. Like you want to make profit, enough profit, so that you can have a good lifestyle, but you don't want to expand to an extent where your headache increases, so that you have a lot of pressure. No, you don't. You really don't want to do that. Okay, you're happy where you are. You have a target customer. You serve the local community, and you're doing quite well. So I know this family style restaurant in Gulshan One, Khushbu. It is just one branch. The quality of food is very good, and it aims at local office employees, right? And it has one branch and that's it. And I had a chance to speak to the owner because my office was in the same building, and he said, I'm happy with this. I don't want to grow big because growing big means extra pressure. And I want to take care of my health. I want to spend more time. He said he wants to spend more time with his grandchildren and his sons and daughters. So that's his main motive. And this kind of concept is called profit satisficing. Sometimes your lifestyle may be different, right? For example, let's say you want flexibility in your business, for example, um, uh, you, for example, you close down your business for 4 months, and in the summer, and you go on travel because your priorities are different. Your priorities is to travel the world, energize and spend more time with family. And this kind of businesses out there where they operate only for 7, 8 months, okay, and they close down for 3, 4, 5 months, and they take holidays. Okay, so these are the two concepts for financial motives. One is profit maximization, and one is profit satisficing. Maximizing profit means you want to maximize your profit, open branches, multinational business, and profit satisficing is the opposite. You make enough profit to to keep yourself happy, but you don't expand to an extent where your pressure grows. Okay, so there's a certain limit, right? And examples are, mudi dokan, family style restaurants. These are some good examples. Now, this was more profit. So, if you look at this picture, we were talking about financial motives. Now, we will talk about non-financial motives, which, my business is based on non-financial motives. I opened my business because of non-financial motive. So, let's go back and check. Okay. So, non-financial motive, okay, is you want to make enough profit just to break even. Break even means not to make profit, not to make so much of, not to make profit, or either not to make loss. You just want to be somewhere there. For example, let's say you open a vegetarian restaurant because you're against in killing animals. Okay, in this way, you're encouraging people to eat vegetarian meals at your restaurant. Similarly, Tesla, there you go. Tesla opened because they were against the use of petrol and oil because they contribute a lot in the pollution. So they wanted to have more clean energy, and that's why they started this electric car. Okay, so there's an ethical stance. You have some kind of ethics. Even my business is also based on ethics. That we're not going to misinform our students. We're always going to be loyal to them. We will show them the right path. So you can open your business. These are non-financial motives because you may believe in something which is ethical, like having clean energy. Tesla wanted to have clean energy, and that's why they have electric cars. You want to open a vegetarian restaurant because you're against the killing of animals. Yeah. So, number one, ethical stance, non financial motive. So, you may open up a business because you ethically believe in something. Okay. Um, there you go. And Tesla is a fine example. Then, social enterprise. It's a broad topic. Now, I do have to explain you. Now, what is social enterprise? Let's have a look at this picture. I hope you know who this man is, right? So he is Dr. Yunus, and he is the main contributor of social enterprise. He developed this concept, and this is why also he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I think back in 2000, I don't know, forgot the date, probably 2007, if I'm not mistaken, right? And what he did is he opened Grameen Bank. So Grameen Bank is an institution where they lend money to poor people at a very low interest. Okay, they lend money in a very small amount. Okay, microfinance is the term. Okay, they lend money in a very small amount, probably 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, and the interest rate charged is also very puny, very tiny. Okay, so it has a social motive. They're helping poor people to get loans because if you want to get loan from a normal bank, you have to show your property. You have to show you have some kind of credibility. You have bank statement. You have to show that you already have money. But people who are not privileged, poor people, they don't have properties. So how can they get loans? So this was his invention, right? Also, remember, yes, of course, social enterprise has a social motive. They help people, they provide jobs, they help the community, not but, they also make profit. Now, they make profit because they're charging an interest rate, but not so much. They make profit, and what they do is they make profit and they reinvest that profit into their business. Now, if I make profit in a social enterprise, I will not keep that money in my pocket and take it home and use it. I will use that money to develop better products for the clients or customers or the people, right? I will not give that money to the shareholders. So, social enterprise, they don't distribute money to the shareholders. Instead, they reinvest the money into their business so that they can so that they can provide better facility or better services to their customers, right? They are profit oriented. They have a proper business structure like any other business structure. But number one is they have a social motive. They will help the community, provide jobs, help underprivileged people, help disadvantaged people. Okay, but they will make profit. But the second main difference is they will reinvest their profit back into their business. This is the key word. Write it down. Reinvest the profit back into their business. Okay, they're not like NGOs. NGOs are different, and we will have a look at the difference. Okay, so yeah, right. So let's have a look. So so number one, social enterprise are like any other enterprises, any other business. They have a proper structure. But NGO charities, they do not have a proper business structure. They're based on donations and charities. They will collect money from other people, right? Social enterprise, they are profit oriented. They are profit motivated. They want to make profit. Yes, and they will make profit. But NGOs, they do not make profit. They're more inclined to serve the people, to help the people. Okay? Um, they make profit to reinvest back into the society. Now, you may question me, social enterprise, they're helping people, but why do they make profit? They make profit and they reinvest back into the business because with that money, they can develop better products and services for the people, right? But on the other hand, NGOs will not make any profit. Okay, they do not distribute profit to shareholders. Like I can invest in a social enterprise, but I will get my money back. For example, if I've invested 1 lakh, I will get 1 lakh, but I will not get 1,50,000. I will not make any profit. I will get my money back. If I'm just saying in terms of the investor point of view, okay. And of course, there is no profit model, there's no shareholder model, there's nothing in NGO. And both of them, the common thing is that in social enterprises and NGO, both of them, they provide jobs, they support the community, disadvantaged people. An example of a social enterprise can be Grameen Bank, okay? And I told you what they do, right? And an example of an NGO could be Jago, JICA, right? They're more based on donations. They're based on charities. Okay, they collect money from people, but Grameen Bank has a proper business structure. You will have investors. They will make profit, but they will not give profit to shareholders. They will reinvest the profit back into their business. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. This is quite important. Okay. So yeah, and I felt in the Edexcel chapter it was not mentioned clearly. So I took some materials from Cambridge and added some of it, made it more spicy, made it more interesting. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Any question, put it on the comment section. We have a group. You can also send us a message there. Now, non-financial motives, a lot of people also start their business because they want to be independent. By independent, do I mean that you want to be your own boss? Yes, because they don't want to work under people. Okay, they want to be. It is a great feeling to work alone, not to be under someone. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a founder. I know that, right? It's very appealing. Okay. And there was a survey done in the UK that 90% of entrepreneurs said being independent, working alone, taking decisions alone, being your own boss at work is quite important for them. Okay. So some of them also opened their business because of independence, right? So non-financial objectives, you just start your business because of some ethical stance, because you believe in something. Let's say you want to open a social enterprise helping the community, okay, or NGOs, charities, non-financial motives, okay. And You want to start your business because you want more independence. Also, let's say you want to start your business so that you can work from home, and working from home has become very important, right? And there are a lot of entrepreneurs who has their office in their home itself. They don't go out. Okay, people like plumbers, painters, electricians, website developers, nowadays teachers. Like, this is my office, this is not my bedroom, this is my study room. And on the other hand, I have a big desk and I have a setup here. I wish I could show you. Let me show you. Let me try and show you around. Um, See, so this is my office. It's a big desk, right? So we are moving towards this more a lot. Okay, so home working. So a lot of people wants to work from home. Okay, for example, counselors, educators, painters, website developers now can work from home. Okay, so that's that. Sometimes, writers, book writers, those who write book, they don't need an office. They just don't need to have a place like this where they can sit down and think. Accountants, artists, tutors, okay, they can work from home nowadays because of communication facility, because the communication has become so good. You don't need to have a separate office. You can work from home. You need to have a separate space, personal space, and you can work from home using Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, and you can do anything, right? Okay, so yeah, so these are the non-financial. So you can start your own business because of non-financial motives. You're not interested in finance like me. You may have personal interest because it may be your own hobby. It can be your own skill. It can be because of you believe in something, because you want to help the community, right? Starting your own social enterprise. We've talked about Dr. Yunus, NGOs, independence, or you want to work from home, right? Also, it can be, as I told you, it can be your because of your own personal interest, own hobby, own experience. Write it down. Write it down. It's not there in the chapter, but write it down. And you can also start your own business because of financial motive, which is you want to maximize profit or profit satisficing. Okay. Profit satisficing means you're happy with what you make. You don't want to take extra pressure. You don't want to grow branches. You just want to make enough profit that you can lead a happy life. And your other priorities are more important to you, like spending time with family, taking care of your health, spending time with your grandchildren, and all those, or vacationing. Yeah. Great. We have finished the chapter today. I hope it was a great lesson. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. Please do not hesitate to share my classes, my lessons with your friends and family. It's absolutely free. I will not mind if you share my lesson. All right. Thank you very much. Please do not hesitate to subscribe, to like our page on Facebook, Fyruz Education Services. I also have my personal page. It's not a fan page. You can send me friend request. All our classes also run live on my Facebook page as well. We also have a YouTube channel. We have lots of IELTS material in our channel. If you want to subscribe, Fyruz Education Services again. Thank you very much. I think we have a class tomorrow, if I'm not sure. We'll meet again, right? We finished this chapter, and I will email you the slides as soon as possible. Thank you. I will take your leave.